Williamson Creek flows through the heart of South Austin. Many neighborhoods are nestled along its banks where they are at risk of flooding. The City of Austin's Watershed Protection Department is looking at ways to help. They are focusing on the middle portion of the creek, from Westgate to South Congress Avenue. This area experienced serious flooding several times over the past 2 decades. The City of Austin has already bought more than 50 homes in this area with the greatest risk of flooding. In 2020, the city started an engineering feasibility study. It found that 400 houses, apartment buildings, and businesses are still at risk of flooding. The city evaluated 9 different options to help. 3 stand out as having the most potential: optional buyouts, a bypass tunnel under Stastny Lane, and creek modifications. Optional buyouts. This would include up to 317 houses, 73 apartment buildings, and 6 commercial buildings. With full participation, all of the residents would no longer be in danger, their lives, health, and finances protected from floods. Buyouts could also be scaled back, so only those buildings with the greatest risk could be included. Buyouts would be the fastest option to implement. Once funding is secured, they could take place over the span of 2 to 5 years. Creek modifications. This means making the channel of the creek bigger in several areas, changing the look and feel of the creek. Creek modifications would use both city-owned land and easements purchased from private property owners. Federal permits and waivers from the city environmental ordinances would be required. Trees would be cut down. There would be construction work and protected areas of the creek. Creek modifications would provide less protection than other options, but cost less. It would take 5 to 7 years to complete once funding is secured. Bypass tunnel. The city would build a 26-foot diameter tunnel below Stastny Lane, 50 to 80 feet deep. During heavy storms, the tunnel would divert water from the creek near Westgate and release it downstream of Congress Avenue. The tunnel would not stop water flowing from the creek during small storms. There would be short-term environmental impacts from construction, like the creek modifications. A federal permit and waivers from local environmental ordinances would likely be needed. There would also be some construction in the Edwards Aquifer Transition Zone. This solution provides much better flood protection than creek modifications, but it would cost more and take longer, 7 to 10 years once funding is secured. Nothing has been decided upon yet. These options need further study and the community needs to weigh in. Please let us know your priorities by taking our survey. There's 3 ways to participate: online at austintexas.gov/Williamson Creek, through text messages. Just text Williamson Creek, all one word, to 73224, or pick up a paper copy at the Menchaca Branch Library.